What's up, my preppers? If you live near waterways, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about the bug out kayak. Not often discussed, it could be the lifeboat in a sea of chaos. Excuse the puns. You see, when chaos strikes in densely populated metropolitan centers, traditional bug out strategies may crumble under the weight of traffic jams and gridlocked roads. Forget the bike, forget the moped, take to the water. With a compact and efficient kayak packed with all the survival gear you need to sustain yourself for 3 days or more. From ancient civilizations to medieval times, many of the world's greatest cities were strategically located around waterways. Whether it was rivers, lakes, or coastlines, these natural pathways shaped human development in profound ways. Waterways were the highways of the past, enabling the growth of mighty empires and bustling trade hubs. As time went on, humans developed ingenious ways to navigate these waterways, creating various types of watercraft to suit their needs, and one of the most remarkable among them, the kayak. The kayak, originally used by indigenous peoples in Arctic regions, was an ingenious invention designed for survival and transportation. These lightweight and maneuverable vessels allowed them to navigate icy waters and reach places that larger boats couldn't access. Today's modern kayaks are even better, and they're great for recreational purposes, but for the prepper who lives near water, they can be a great survival bug-out vehicle. Another key advantage of kayaks is natural disasters, in particular floods. You'll see aerial footage of cities and towns that get flooded, people standing on their roofs waiting for help. You don't have to be in that situation if you get a kayak. You can navigate your city streets. Another natural disaster example will be wildfires. If you're in California and it's extreme wildfires, you can take to the river, head downstream and escape it. Now let's talk about the key advantages to a kayak bug out. Agility and stealthy movement. One of kayak's greatest advantages is its ability to move quietly and seamlessly, not attracting the attention that a larger boat might. You can navigate through tight spots and narrow waterways with ease. You can also access remote areas. Remote coves, little islands, these can become your sanctuaries, offering safety and seclusion. And self-sufficiency. This can be a capsule that carries all of your gear. It can provide you shelter, transportation. Stealth camping is another key advantage. With a kayak, you can weave your way into little dense shrubs, bushes, places that people typically don't go. And you can set up a stealth camping situation there, overnight it, wake up early in the morning, back on the waterway. The other advantage is reduced encounters with others. Think about it on a freeway when there's a traffic jam and everyone's trying to escape the zombie apocalypse. People are the danger then. You need to be aware of others. When you're on the water in a crisis, there will be far fewer people. So now let's talk a little bit about what you should carry in your kayak for bugging out. Survival essentials that you can use on your bug out. Similar to a bug out bag, only a kayak kit. Think of it as a kayak bug out kit. Here I've laid out everything on dry bags that I've packed into this kayak. And note that I've got 2 storage compartments, one here and one down in the back. And you can strap extra gear on here if you need. In no particular order, I've got 2 sources of light, and redundancy will be something that you'll be recurring here because in prepping, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So you want extra of anything in case something fails. So I've got a tactical light, no light tactical light, and I've got a Petzl rechargeable headlamp that will also take AAA batteries. Ferro rod in case I need to start a fire. Multi-tool, which is essential for all kinds of purposes. It's got a blade in here as well. Paracord, of course, for lashing up a tarp, lashing kayaks to shore, and countless other purposes. This is a waterproof case I use for my phone, which is the camera in this case. Brothers of Bushcraft Fieldcraft bushcraft knife, an extra ferro rod, maps, and I should note here that this is a waterproof case for the maps, and I've treated the maps with waterproof. So if they got wet, the water would beat up rather than destroy the map. Lightweight utensils, you can use a plastic item like this, or I've got titanium as well. Fuel canister for my jet boil, and if you wanted to downsize your fuel canister a little bit and save space, you can actually get one that fits inside this, so everything would fit in here. Camp saw, redundancy again, map and compass. I've got a GPS that I can use, bug spray, aqua tabs that I use for purifying water. Of course, you're exposed to a lot of the sun in a kayak, so copper tone, my map and compass. Got a lighter. I have an additional small compass, emergency whistle, extra batteries, a small ham radio with a larger antenna. Key for communication, and my redundancy here in communications is my cell phone. First aid kit, have all of your essentials in here that specific to you, have basic bandages, but any prescription meds that you need. And another thing that I'd recommend is having some caffeine pills. If you're in a bug out situation and you need to move having caffeine pills will help keep you moving. This is my billy pot cooking pot. I can boil water in here to purify it, and I can also use this as storage space, toilet paper, cooking utensils. This is relatively lightweight, hangs over a fire, more food, other food here. And again, the advantages to foods such as this in a bug out kayak situation is that the packaging is all waterproof, so you don't have to worry about water accidentally destroying your food. I've got a bug net that fits over my hat. Hats like this I think are really great because not only one, it keeps the sun better off my face than a baseball cap, but in a windy situation I can cinch it under my chin, keeps the screen away from my face. And where I wear glasses a lot for vision, if it's raining, this protects my glasses so I can see in rain. This is another water purification device. This is great because it is perfect. It pumps out a lot of water, clean water fast. And a tarp. This is the AquaQuest tarp. It's actually a survival tarp. This is a much better tarp than anything you're gonna find at a hardware store, Walmart, or anything like that. This is designed specifically for preppers, survivalists, that sort of thing. It's got reinforced stitching, more attachment points, olive drab on one side, camo on the other. And if you know some basic knots and you've got your paracord, you can make a shelter. A lot of kayaks are bright colors so they can be seen in the water, and if you needed to camouflage them on the shore, you can wrap this over the kayaks with no difficulty. One dry bag that I would recommend for a bug out situation is a larger one that you can use to strap. You can also shrink it and tuck it inside, but it also converts into a backpack. So if shit really hit the fan and you have to abandon your kayak and go on land, you can take all of the gear that you've put in there, put it in this dry bag, and serve as a bug out backpack. The other obvious thing, of course, is your PFD. This one is a kayaking PFD. It's got a shorter back. I've got an emergency whistle that I've included in here, and boating blade. All of the gear that I've described here, I've got a link in the description that'll take you to my website, and I'll have a downloadable list of all of the kayak bug out gear that I've mentioned here. Now keep in mind, this is a bug out kayak kit for fresh water that I've built here. If you are on the shore and you're going to bug out by saltwater, you may have an entirely different situation. If there's something you think I missed in this kayak bug out kit, then let me know in the comments section. I know personal defense is one of them. I've got a knife for that purpose. I didn't carry a firearm in this trip, but if you are in a serious bug out situation, grid down, total apocalypse, that might be something you want to think about. A few final tips on bugging out by kayak. First, pre-plan and rehearse your bug out strategy with a kayak. This is true with all bug out plans, but it's particularly true with a kayak. Research the waterways in your area so that you know alternative routes and where you need to get out or on or in, depending on the conditions. Rehearse that route in calm conditions and familiarize yourself with where you need to go so that if it's nighttime or adverse conditions with limited visibility, you've got it down. Another is practice proper paddling and kayaking techniques. I'm by no means an expert, but watch a few YouTube videos on kayaking from people that know more about it than I do so that you know the basics of water safety and smooth and efficient strokes. And then challenge yourself, because kayaking can be both enjoyable and an exercise routine. Unlike bugging out by vehicle, a kayak doesn't require gas. You're the gas, so you can go as long as you can go. And then involve your bug out group, assuming you've got a bug out group. Do other people in your bug out group or your family have kayaks? Be prepared, practice, be safe. Catch you in the next video.